All right, here I am back in Photoshop running on the Mac, where we're going to talk about saving to a local hard drive as opposed to saving to cloud documents. And so notice up here in the title tab, we have these titles with no clouds in them. That tells us that these files are saved locally. And these are the files that I'm giving to you, by the way, with the exercise files, just so you have something to play around with. And then we've got this guy that has the cloud icon. I'm not giving you that because I can't give you cloud files. And that cloud tells me that it's saved to cloud documents. Now, you can change that anytime you like, of course, just by switching to whatever file you want to work on and then going to the File menu and choosing the Save command, obviously to update the file, or Save As. And by the way, Photoshop for the Mac and PC do not autosave. You either have to choose a command, or if you make a change, for example, I'll grab my Move tool right here, which you can get by pressing the V key. I'll make sure Auto Select is turned off. And then I'll drag this signature around to a different location, which means I've invoked a change as indicated by that little asterisk outside the parentheses. And so now if I just close the file in Photoshop for the iPad, it would autosave. Here, you're asked whether you want to save your changes or not. So if I click Save, I will update the file. I'm going to cancel out and I'm going to press Command Z. It would be Control Z on the PC in order to undo the movement of that signature. Then I'll go up to the File menu and choose Save As, which allows me to assign a different file name and select a different location. And so assuming that you're seeing the standard everyday average save dialog box, as determined by your operating system, here we're working on the Mac, then you're going to have the option of changing the file format. And so, for example, I could say, gosh, I don't want to save all my layers because they're already saved. I want to save a JPEG version of this image, which means as a copy is going to get turned on because, after all, JPEG does not support layers. And then I would just go ahead and click the Save button to save a copy of this file. Or your other option is to save to cloud documents, in which case click that button, and now you don't have the option of changing the file format anymore. You can assign a file name, that's just fine, but the file format is always going to be, even if it's a flat file and it's got no layers whatsoever, it's still going to be a PSDC file. And so I'll just go ahead and call this guy Tin Woodman Jr., let's say. I need a little bit of a space there. That didn't work. I just replaced the entire file name. So I'll just go ahead and call this guy Tin Woodhand Jr. this time around and hope that it works. And then you would click the Save button in order to save that image. It may take a moment or two because, once again, you're saving to the cloud. But now you're going to see a cloud icon up here in the Title tab. And so just remember, if you want to save locally instead to a local hard drive so that you know you're safe, by the way, then you choose Save As here, and you click this button right here on your computer in order to gain access to the standard save dialog box, which allows you to specify a location, a file name, and a file format. And now that I've saved this off as a cloud document, it will auto-save from this point on. So once again, armed with my Move tool with the Auto Select checkbox off, if I go ahead and drag my signature layer to move it to a new location, we can see that we have an unsaved change. We can also see this is a cloud document because of that cloud right there. And so notice if I close the document, it goes ahead and saves automatically without any prompt. And those are the new ways to save inside Photoshop 2020, whether you're saving to a local hard drive or to Adobe's cloud documents.